Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Ambient Afternoons. If you're just joining or if you've been hanging out with us for a while, appreciate you guys hanging out with me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. Feel free to comment and all that good stuff. If you got any questions about stuff I'm doing, just let me know. And, I'll be stopping every once in a while to, explain things or just go over what I'm doing. But primarily I'll be just doing improvisation ambient music, trying to keep the flow going a little bit more than talking. But, a lot of people that come to my page, they're interested in effects and different things like that. So this is a great place where you get to actually hear the effects in action and less talking. So, just very quickly, what you were kind of listening to there is a patch I made primarily with the Hog 2, MXR layers, MS-70 CDR Plus, the HX1, and the Plethora X1. So that's pretty much most of that sound is coming from the Hog 2. This is without it. Oh, I also have the Mel 9 on. But when you turn on that Hog 2, hit that like button for me, you guys, while you're hanging with me. With that, you get all that together and makes that sound. But we have it all hooked up and connected. Well, we have a few of these pedals. Definitely the Hog 2, HX1, MS-70 CDR Plus, MS-60B Plus, and the C4 and the V2 56 vocoder are all running the MIDI. So, you got your everything's mono until you get to the MS-70 CDR Plus, then the rest of the chain, including the Jam Mans down here, are all running stereo, and the Atlas compressor is being used as like a mastering strip, I love that sound a lot. It took a, that's quite an expensive sound. But you can get a lot of mileage out of a sound like that, So. And if you happen to have a Plethora X1, if you don't know, the TC Electronic Plethora X1, that's actually, let me switch to this real quick. That's actually, they just came out with a firmware update. So before, I couldn't get it to connect to the Tone Print app, whether it be, Bluetooth or USB. Now they did if you update your Tone Print app and you update the firmware for the actual pedal, everything works perfectly now. So those of you that really are looking for that, let's see, switch that up just a little bit. So let's go back to page 1. And that is my personal tone print right there, called the Negus Shimmer, Negus, Negus. It isn't on the actual app, but of course I make everything into packs. If you hear different sounds you like from different units, or you want my preset packs for the different units, all that's on Patreon, as well as you can support the channel more there. I definitely would appreciate it. But you know, C4 Synth got 47-piece pack for that, 20 presets for the MS-60B plus, MS-70 CDR plus, and the Zoom B6, and got 11 different preamp packs for the ToneX one, along with my personal preset list on there as well, which includes 12 different preamps and 6 different cabinets configurations. I kind of like running a reverb into a reverb for the ambient stuff as well. That kind of that works out well. Of course, I could use the HX1 for a different delay or something. And that way is yeah, so try that particle verb. So here I got the particle verb running into my tone print, the Negus Shimmer, which is from the Hall of Fame 2, and that's running in the particle reverb is running into the shimmer delay right there. I mean, shimmer reverb. I also have the OC5 on. One thing I love about this MIDI Captain, well, you guys can't even see the MIDI Captain. Let me see something here. Let me move me out the way real quick. Just gonna go ahead and make this small and out the way real quick. And I'll move this over so you guys can see a bit. But I know you can't see the screen, but this is back in performance mode. This is how I can just come here, come up to whatever. I have up to 12 different things I can do from just one press of a foot switch that I can program in there. So the HX1 is on channel 2. So I'm gonna set this to channel 2, right? And I'm gonna set it for CC number 2. Set that to toggle. Allows me to what's the program for that? Matter of fact, you know what? I don't want to do that. I'm going to not do that. And the reason I'm not going to do that is because I already got this switch set up to as on and off, and I'd rather have it on and off for it. But I can also program the flux in there as well. So, or if I wanted to do top tempo or something else with that same switch, I can do that as well. Now we get that nice particle verb in there. So this particular sound is really mostly from the deep freeze, a lot of that deep freeze into MXR layers, into MS-70 Plus, into the HX1, and into the Plethora X1. It's more like explore. I wouldn't say just randomly click, but explore within, like I know the sound of my gear in different situations. So when I hear a sound, I can hear like something like the male 9 on top of that. So even when I heard this sound, I already heard this on top of it. Probably the low choir. So stuff like that, I already have like that orchestral choir sound in my head. Even, even before I'm like really, once you hear me see, what's a good example? Let me bypass this. Bypass. So now all we're going to hear is the deep freeze. Just hearing that, that's just my regular bass running through the deep freeze. Right? Nice sound on its own. I love the deep freeze. That joint, I love the freeze on the freeze gliss on the Hog 2, and I used to have the regular freeze pedal, and I had to get the deep freeze because it was like a mixture of the two, but I could use it with my raw bass sound to get stuff like this, like really orchestral sound. That's really, without it, let me see. This is all I'm playing. Oh, sorry, the MXR layers were still on. But with the deep freeze, it just gives you that extra layer of it, you know? I know it seems expensive because it is about $200, right? But it's really small. It doesn't take up much pedalboard room, but it has a lot of great features. You can adjust the attack and the delay, decay of the sound with this as well. Just like I can adjust the attack and decay with the Hog 2. You just have to hold the, and default is this speed layer knob is decay in auto mode, but if you hold the mode button and let it cycle through the lights, this will become the attack. So it's like a little hidden feature to switch between the attack and decay of the sound. But I got mine dialed in at this point. See, you don't really even need much on that. You can add maybe bit of chorus. Some vibrato. Flanger. D-tune. Phaser. And all of that's coming from the MS-60CDR Plus. All those different modulations have some amazing modulations on there. So one of the really good things about having multi-effects units all over the board here is you can easily switch the placement of modulations or whatever effects you want without shifting the whole board around. And it's going to get even more versatile when I get a MIDI switcher. You know, I'll be able to switch the effects order without ever changing the physical effects order. Like with the MIDI switcher I can literally take, reorder the pedal order within the MIDI, scheme of it. So, and then save that, and then pretty much when I press one switch, it'll switch the pedal board in whatever order I want it to be in. But just that deep freeze by itself already gets you in that ambient territory, and that's with the dry all the way down. But when you start adding HX1 shimmer. found to stop it when it's in auto mode. When I want to stop, like if I don't want the sound to just, because I have it set for a pretty long decay, so they just hold that joint, right? Say I want it to stop and I don't want to play another note and I don't want to click it either. I can just mute all the strings and just hit it like that, and it stops it. So now I can use that to my advantage of Hey guys, so welcome to those of you who are just joining us and hanging in there with us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. So I appreciate all you guys. So this time of day, I just do improvisation ambient music. If you're not familiar, so if you subscribe and you know that way you'll know when I'm going live. I do this a few times a week. So and I also take the time to try to explain a little bit what I'm doing in terms of how I'm getting to these different effects and different sounds, rather. Also, we're in the process of filming an improvisation course, a bass technique course, and a music theory course. So it's going to be 3 different courses that are going to propel you to the next level. If you want to keep in touch or, know when I'm doing different things or doing shows in your area, you can do all that through the Patreon. You can also support the channel through the Patreon. You feel me? If you want presets for different pedals, C4 Synth, MS-60B Plus, MS-70 CDR Plus, as well as 11 different preamp packs for the ToneX one, and my personal preset pack for that is all on the Patreon. And if you want to leave a tip, you can do that through Cash App, Super Chat, Super Things. Otherwise, you feel free to comment or ask questions. Anytime you see me doing stuff like this, I'll try to get to them as soon as possible. But, yeah. So that's all I'm going to do for right now. I'll actually be back later on today. So hit that subscribe, hit that like button for me before you go. Wherever you are, whatever platform you're on, I definitely appreciate all the love. And I will catch you guys later. Thank you. Also, if you want to find my actual original music, that's on allbasscreations.bandcamp. And if you want to find me on any social media, it's at the Bass Negus.